Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to our Team Tenacity meeting. We are very excited to have a special guest speaker today. I'm going to introduce her a little bit. This is Kim Fitzpatrick. She's to my bottom. Nope, now she's over here. And so a little bit about her. She's a fellow Canadian. And hails from my home province of Ontario. She is a certified P90X live fitness instructor, as well as the co-founder at Jamie and Kim Fitzpatrick Fitness and her team, Crush It Fitness. She's the number 13 coach in Canada right now, right? Okay. 5-star diamond, Success Club All-Star. And then to top that all off, she is a mom of 2, works full-time and is about to just kick that to the curb, and she'll tell you a little bit about that. And married to Jamie, who is our number 6 coach in the company right now. So she's headed off to Italy on top of all of this. So she's going to share her inspiring story with us and just talk to us a little bit about how to be real and relatable in social media, and then we're going to finish off with a Q&A. So I hope you guys write down questions throughout, because you really need to take advantage of this woman right here, who is a force of nature. And I should also add, they have only been in the company for 2 years, like just hit 2 years. Actually, Jamie just hit 2 years. I don't even know if Kim's hit 2 years. So, all right, take it away, Kim.
Amazing. Okay, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing you in a couple weeks. Which will be great. Okay, so first of all, thank you so much, guys. It's a real honor. I absolutely love sharing and connecting, and I get such an energy from being able to be a part, A, of this network, but B, to be able to be a part of calls with teams and tribes with leaders like Jody. And I'm super pumped to be connected to you, and I'm really excited to see where you take your team this year, and excited to see you guys shine and just rock it. So I'm really excited. I'm already hot. I'm stripping down. Okay. We're getting into this. So I am so excited to share my story. And I just really want to talk about, my 3 main nuggets and points is all about being real, being relatable, and being a resource. And I want to start off this, chat tonight by talking about storytelling. Because here's the thing. When we talk about social media and we talk about sharing our story and we talk about being real and relatable and a resource, we have to tell a story. And we have to tell a story that's going to align with our brand, that's going to align with our vision, that's going to align with our mission, that's related to your business, because you are the CEO of your business, right? Nobody else is going to do that for you. Nobody else is going to show up and do the work. Nobody is going to represent you in your posts, in how your energy is in your challenge groups, and the energy you bring to your team. Right? So I want to talk about the real deal. You have to believe in you first, right? Before others are going to believe in you. And your coach team and your clients are signing up because they believed in you. And they want to, you resonated with them. They chose you. So it's really, really important for you to know that, and that you capitalize on why they chose you throughout this process. So each month that you're coaching them and supporting them. And I think to start, you need to really know, do you believe your story? And do you have your story written down? And how do you infuse your story into your posts and into, daily, weekly, monthly, that you're inspiring others with, right? And is your story linked into your purpose? Right? So that's really, really important, because everybody I have ever met, anybody I have ever met has an amazing story, and they just don't know it yet. But really, in this business, it's our job. I'm going to repeat that. It's our job to become a master storyteller. And Jamie always says, he says, the best storyteller will win. And I hate to say the word win, because this isn't about winning. This is about relationships. This is about connection. This is about, communicating with people and inspiring people to make change in their life, either on their health and wellness journey or as entrepreneurs. So it's really, really important that you're able to pull out those stories and that you're able to pull out your stories to help people find their light, to find their passion, and to find themselves again. And that's our job. Like, how amazing is that? Can we just like pat ourselves on the back for this kick-ass job we have and the fact that we have this honor to coach? So super, super important, guys, to think about that as you are. Just gonna go to gallery. There we go. Now I can see more of your beautiful faces. Okay, so that's important to really think about that as we talk about storytelling. And when you tell your personal story, it is a heroic act. Like, it takes all the courage, it takes all the conviction to be able to share. But guess what? Here's the thing. The number one thing it does is it connects you to people, because vulnerability is the new power. So the more vulnerable you are, the more open you are, the more honest you are, the more real you are, the more you are going to resonate. And what we also have to remember is that when you're telling your story, your story isn't what people hear. Do you know that? It's how you mirror their story, right? Like, I'm an emotional eater. Oh, me too. Oh, I've had a hard life. Oh, me too. But what you're doing as you're telling your story is you're sharing with them the solution that got you through your story, and that perhaps your story doesn't own you anymore. Because here's the real deal, guys. When your story still owns you, it's going to own parts of your business. It's going to own parts of you when you're trying to post and maybe you're stuck on a post because you can't think of a post. It's because you're not letting go and or accepting and or doing enough personal development, which is one of our vital behaviors we need to do to understand how you can communicate your beautiful story. And if you have the ability, guys, to share your story, share your passion for why you chose this business, for why health and fitness makes you a better person every day, for how it makes you a more patient mommy, dad, how it helps you show up better in this world every day, then you're missing a huge part of sharing on social media, right? Because connection, personal equals universal. Write that down. Personal equals universal. So the more personal you become, the more you are going to be able to open your net and bring people into your fold, okay? So that's a really important thing to consider, and I just wanted you to know that. And I want to tell you something. I want to tell you my story. And telling your story is hard, guys. Like, every single one of us has a story. And my story actually started when I was in utero. When I was in my mom's, when I was actually like probably, I don't even know how many weeks old, so 10 weeks old in utero, and my parents found out that my mom's cancer had come back. And my mom and dad were told that they needed to have an abortion and that my mom was going to do chemo. And she just said, that's not an option. We're not going to give up on this baby, and we're going to have this baby. And my mom was in the hospital a lot when she was pregnant with me, and she never came out after. And she passed on Remembrance Day, 11 months after I was born. And I knew that I literally was given a gift of life. I literally was given an honor that I had to like fulfill a legacy in a way, I feel, but in the best way, not in a negative way. And it was funny because my dad told me my dad remarried, and it was not an easy life, guys. I got to be honest with you. My dad remarried, and they did the very best they could, but there was no love in that, unfortunately, in that relationship in raising me. And it wasn't the love that I needed. And what I realized as I struggled through my teenage years and suffered from extreme body dysmorphia and total lack of self-esteem and respect for myself, is that the love for me was inside all the time. And I just had to figure that shit out. Excuse my language. Sorry for the kids. But I had to figure it out, guys. And guess what? My story owned me until the day that I had my son. And what I realized when I had my son is that I had been grieving the loss of not having a parent. And for having to navigate through this big, messy, scary world alone. Until I realized that I wasn't alone. And I don't have to be alone. And there's so many people, guys, that go through this life and that have these stories, maybe not the same that my mom died, but they have stories. Everybody has a story to share. And it's how you put it into words and how you cope and deal and share and inspire and overcome and grow through what you go through. So as soon as you can start to grow through what you go through, you have a story to tell. You have a message. And for me, guys, my why is like burning inside my belly, that I am going to make damn sure that every woman and man that I come into contact with and have the ability to talk to and to help change their life, that they know that they are good enough, that they are worthy, that they are loved, and that they are capable of the greatness that is absolutely inside each and every one of us. Because my greatness was stifled for way too long. And I think all of us go through life in this spell, so to speak, perhaps. And, you know, I'm really excited. I climbed this corporate ladder, and, you know, for me, I was like, that's what I had to do. I had to go get my degree. I had to go do all these things after I had my children as a way of my healing path. And then Beachbody fell into my life. And I've been on the shakes like long. Jamie was the husband, let me tell you, that was like, are you still buying those? And I was like, no, I canceled it. And then the next month, the green box would show up because I was addicted to it, you know, and he fell in love with the program, and he was a self-saboteur and medicated himself with food and all that stuff. And there was so much going on in our world, all as I was spiraling through having a new baby, gained 67 pounds, you know, and was so lost without any support. And I had to figure it out. And it's taken a long time. And Income Beachbody Coaching 2 years ago, where all the pieces of all the personal development and everything that I had been working on doing all culminated and came together. And that's how I share my story. I share my story through my strength and through the crappy parts too. But I don't get too detailed, because guess what, guys? Social media is littered with negative things, and we don't have to tell the deepest, darkest secrets, but you can give a glimmer to show people that you are real, and that life isn't always shiny, and that life isn't always easy, but we have a solution. And part of my big solution, guys, we're finding those damn portion control containers and learning how to eat, number one. Whereas B, learning that I could be a part of a community that was all working together towards an incredible, beautiful goal of healthiness and wellness towards our best state of living and in our best lives. And 3, it was learning that I had the ability to now realize why I came into my power, let's say, or why I came into my greatness, and why I was able to share this light and this love and this inspiration because of all the things I've learned over my life. And that's how I tell my story, guys. And you have to be relatable in order to tell your story. And the more personal you are, the more universal you become. And the more competent you are, the more confident you become. So the more competent you become in your own abilities, the more I had to become competent in my own ability to self-love. I had to become competent in the ability of how to fuel my body instead of be a self-saboteur. I had to be competent in how to use beautiful, powerful affirmation statements so that I could really look at myself lovingly in the mirror. And all of those tools, guys, all of those things that I've been learning, I've been sharing along my journey. You don't have to be in your best shape. You don't have to be at the end of your journey to start with coaching. And you don't have to show up perfect on social media all the time, because the more you are real and you are relatable, the more you resonate. Okay? But that means you have to get deep, and you have to get creative, and you have to share your story, and you have to be passionate, and you have to bring the passion every single day, right? Because this is your business. You're not an employee. You are a CEO. And CEOs bring it every single day. They bring the passion. They bring the drive. They bring the vision. They bring the why. And if you don't have that, then you've got some work to do. We all do, right? So something to consider, something to think about, but you also have to be able to share your story. you know, and think about who inspires you. Who are your muses? What are you passionate about? You know, go look through your news feed. Are you only posting about your kids? Are you only posting about your workouts? Are you only taking pictures of you kissing your Shakeology bottle? I don't know. Like, what are you posting about, and how diverse are you in what you're offering, right? So when I talk about being real, it's talking about your why. It's sharing your story. It's you know, connection. Jamie Fitzpatrick's behind me, distracting me. It's talking about connection. What was the next thing? Oh yeah, you have to be relatable. So what does that mean, right? Look through your posts. Do you have, you know, what does your brand tell you? Do you talk about lifestyle? Do you talk about the opportunity? Do you talk about that you have a service, right? Do you have a service to offer, which is your accountability group, which is access to hundreds of workouts, which is access to a lifestyle nutrition plan, which is a beautiful thing. So how, you know, this is all about a lifestyle, guys, and this is all about empowering people to take a chance with you. But what I want to say to you is, if you're not being real, if you're not being a resource, if you're not being relatable, they're not going to know what this amazing opportunity is and how you can help guide them through this path and choose you as their leader, right? So storytelling is going to be really important to this. You know, this business is all about wellness, you know, and all about emotional wellness, physical wellness, mental wellness. It's all encompassing. So, you know, you want to make sure that you're auditing yourself and be a researcher. Be a researcher of your audits and of your posts. Are you getting traction? And are your posts becoming business? Are they drawing your business in? Are those business activities? Are your posts turning into business, to fruitful business activities, etc.? Right? So what does that look like, and how are you knowing that things are coming forward for you from your posting, from what you're engaging with in your challenge group, all those good things? And the last thing I want to talk about is just, you know, being a resource. So be a resource. You know, if you've got a really great recipe and you're really good at cooking something, share that. You know, if you're really good at, you know, the how to darn a sock, that's like a lost art. Share it. If you're really good at putting on makeup, share it. You know, it doesn't always have to be about products. It can also, don't be an infomercial. Be a resource, right? Be real, be relatable, be a resource, and weave your why and your story and your flair and your passion so that people are drawn to your energy, because that's what matters. And that's what this is about. This business is about relationships. The other thing that I swear I will do, no one can ever get the last word in on me. I will be the last person to comment on every comment below, because this is also about engagement. So when you tell your story, are you engaging with the people that are liking and loving your posts? Are you engaging with them to give them an answer that maybe might answer a couple questions of people that have been watching you all along? You know, I really love to give answers right on the page. I don't give them private messages. I'll give them as much information as they want, because 4 people are like, oh my gosh, I just got all my answers to my questions. You know, here's where I'm at. Right? So don't be afraid of being a resource when you're engaging back with your people that are engaging with you in social media, and in your conversations. I love to talk. I pick up the phone and I call people and I voice note people, because when people can hear your passion, guys, and they know that you are like all in with these products, with this lifestyle, with this opportunity, people are far more apt to want to jump on your train. And if you know where your train is going, and you have a burning desire to be successful wherever you're at in your goals, you got to make it happen. So I could keep on talking, but I think it's 8:20. So do we want to, Jody, do we want to open it up for some questions, or?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know a bunch of my team has questions, so do you guys want to, you can write them in the chat, you can unmute yourself and ask away. I know Joelle had one she's been dying to ask all day. Do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. Thanks so much, first of all, for everything you said. That was super helpful. So my question was about your like pages. So I've had mine up for a while and I get like no interaction whatsoever, but I am just posting the same things to my personal page and my Instagram as I am to my like page. So I guess I was wondering, the other thing that I just noticed today was when I boost a post, I'm just getting like really random accounts liking my pictures. Like I don't even know if they're real people.
Yeah.
What are some tips you have to
how many people do you have on your like page?
Oh, not a lot.
Yeah. So my best tip for you is get over 1,000. I would be boosting for likes.
So
I wouldn't be boosting anything other than likes right now to get people liking your page, because if you've got low traction, you're not going to get much traction if you're not up over 1,000, and you're kind of wasting your money a little bit if you're not going for likes, to be honest.
Yeah. Should I switch up the things that I'm posting on there? Like maybe post more.
Do you go live?
I go live for my personal.
Okay.
Should I
So
page then?
you can do both. Do you share to your personal or share to your like?
I stopped.
Because
now,
well, you should start again. Just be consistent. Be consistent. Okay. Show up all the time. I change my Instagram up. Like I don't post everything on Instagram. Well, I'm just a social media smorgasbord. But like I think if you're feeling it and you are loving it and you want to post it, you should. But live too is where it's at. So the more you can connect with your people, the more they get to see you and know who you are. You'll get far more traction with a live post than you will with a still video, from our experience at least.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. So
yeah, I would definitely try to boost your like page for likes first.
Okay.
And I wouldn't boost for traction till after 1,000.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Go ahead, Jody. Did you have a question, Jode? Is she frozen?
Am I frozen?
Yeah, you're frozen. It's okay though. We can hear you.
You can't see me moving? Dancing? No? Okay. Okay, so I have a bunch of questions, but I know that you do Zooms with your challengers weekly.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to know how that's working and like how you get them to actually get on every week at the same time. And what,
I gotta be honest, like our challenge groups have like evolved. So it's been 2 years now and they've like totally evolved, and we go live in our challenge group every day to really get that connection. So we post and go live, and we respond back to every single question and comment and post in our group. And we have over 200 people in our group, maybe more than that. And majority of them are really active. So we have anywhere from like 18 to 45 people on a Zoom call from our challenge group every week. And what I love is that those are going to be the coaches. So already I can see the leaders. And I change up. Okay, so to answer your question, Lisa, we change our groups every month. We do new groups every month. We restart every month. New theme, new engagement, new excitement. This month for us, our theme's all about arrows and about facing forward in your direction. And that's what our themes will be about. Our Zoom calls are about themes of where people are at in the day. So we talked so much about emotional eating for the last 3 weeks. You just get in there and get on there and be consistent. You show up. We take one break. This is the week that we've taken a break in our Zooms. And everyone just shows up. We're doing one of the girls has started a book club in there now. So our Zooms will probably be more in and around the book club team. We're all reading You're a Badass. So, but I think, the other thing we do too, Jody, is we like post pictures of ourselves and say going live, here's the Zoom link, and like give the information so much.
Right.
Because it gets missed a lot. And we just kind of say, this is for you. Like, this is for you to have one-on-one time with us. And we'll sit and talk to them as long as they need us or want us to.
Okay. So you're running them in Facebook then?
Yeah. Our challenge groups. Yeah.
Okay, and then are you doing like a full week of prep for all of them, or and then 3 weeks for the group, or 4 weeks after?
4 weeks for the group. So what's happening is our 4th week right now, and I'm still in the group. Like I don't really take breaks from the group. Like I'm still in my other group and then have prep week. So I overlap.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so I have a couple questions that I feel like the team is going to want to hear, just because there are a lot of people on here that work full time. And so, yes, you're ending that, but for the last while,
2 years I didn't. Yeah.
How did you block your time effectively so that you weren't going crazy with an outside of the home full-time job?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Okay, guys, so here's the thing. So where we were 2 years ago is not how busy we are now, right? Like we did not have as many people as we have in our challenge group now. Like that's been slow and steady, right? And you have to remember, my husband and I are both working this business together. So we're putting double people in. That's the other thing too, right? So just first of all, think about that. So that's atypical. But what we had to do when we were working full time, and again, like I literally got home at like 7:40. You know what I mean? So you just have to be prepared, and I use Evernote, and I have like in each month I do a new Evernote file for each of my groups, but I have like 15 Evernote files now, right? So, and some of them are really good and some of the days are awful. So I don't use the awful ones and I only use all the good ones. So that slowly I'm making really good challenge groups, right? Because we all have our days where, what am I supposed to put in here? So that's what I did. I had to be super organized. I would always gear my post up the night before in my Evernote file. So I knew as soon as I woke up, I could post that in the group. I try to be the first one in my challenge group. It doesn't happen. There's like 4 and 5 a.m.ers that get me all the time. So I stopped trying to be the first poster and just tried to post before 7. And that's working. So that works. And, the other thing that I found that's been really, really helpful is, is making sure, and at least back in the day when I was working full-time, because I've been working part-time now since June, and that's helped a lot too. But you just do what you can. You try to block off time where you can engage with people. I usually try to do, 40 minutes of like reaching out and connecting with all the people in our group. Kind of those, hey girls, where are you at? How's it going? Are you in line with your goals? And then you just see where the conversations lay. But you have to be super organized and you have to be super consistent and you have to show up, right? Going live helps a lot because then you're connecting with people. So it's just a thought.
So when you are using Evernote, are you, is that where you're keeping track of all your challengers as well? Like how do you properly keep track of that many challengers and what each of them is privately asking you?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, I have a memory of an elephant.
Yes.
For real. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
This is not rocket science. This is what I do.
Holy macaroni.
I just highlight. I know, and I bring them over from month to month. I have a goal sheet now too that I do in Google Docs. That's been really helpful. So they all get transformation trackers in Google Docs and they can fill it out and send it to me if they want, or they don't have to. But I use highlighters and names as mine. It's a little bit crazy, but it works. And you know what I love about this, guys? I can take this with me everywhere. Like this will be coming with me to leader. Like I don't leave my house without this binder. So for me, I'm a paper girl. I'm a pen girl. I'm a highlight girl. I'm a write things out. I have a new to-do list every day or a business list every day. I use Messenger to communicate as well as email. And I know when I've connected with someone on their goals, I use a blue highlighter. Like, it's kind of a silly system in my head, but that's what works for me.
Okay. I like it. I have a paper question.
Okay.
So this is actually from my husband, who's on here. He's just typing. Okay, so he says, he just dropped this off. Says, I stalk you and Jamie's Facebook page all the time, which I was not aware of. You both seem so in sync from a messaging standpoint. So if you are someone sharing a team, how much time do you spend planning your posts together, and how do you stay true to your brand but appeal to your individual niches?
We never know what each other's posting.
All right. So you plan what you're doing together, or because you guys like share each other's posts.
We just share and tag each other in everything. I'll like drag them into pictures with me. If I'm like, we gotta post about this giveaway or this, and I pull them in, but it's generally pretty organic. Our daily post each day we do on our own. Yeah. We don't, I wouldn't necessarily say we plan our posts couple wise.
When you do, like, when you guys work out together?
Yes.
And then do you share the same, like, video you guys took, but just, like, make up your own post about it? That kind of thing?
No. Like, if he goes live on our personal page, I go live on our like page. And then we share the same message. And then I'll take a pick, play, post, and I'll do the message because it's where I'm at, resonating.
And then he shares it too?
Nope.
Not always.
Okay.
Okay. I have like a ton of questions. Does anybody else have any questions? I don't want to steal all the time. Come on, guys.
Lisa had a question in the chat. Do you do monthly challenges or forever groups?
No, we do monthly groups. We bring everyone over each group, and we do prep week only for the new team or the new people. And we don't use the app. We use the app for the first health bet. We use Facebook.
Can I ask why?
Personally, we just don't. We personally find there's way more engagement in Facebook, and if people want to do the tracking, they can. We still have our health bet set up, and if they want to, or the tracker set up, and if they want to do it, they certainly can, but we don't run our groups through there. So I might be, if Carl is on this call, I might get in trouble, but for right now, that's where we're at. And I thought it was great. The tracker was great, but I'm not good at tracking. That's not my jam, personally. But if it is for other, we have a lot of people that do the 21-day tracker, that kind of thing.
Plus, I think if you're going live in your groups, you can't do that from the app.
You can't do anything from the app. It's great, but it's pictures, and that's just, yeah.
Megan had a question as well in the chat.
How do we do prep week? So we just do prep week, like every day we do a different theme, like habits, routines. We talk all about, like I do a lot of vlogging. I take them to the grocery store with me and go live, like show them how to shop, and, you know, like you do what you would do in your kind of what I try to do, what I would do in my day, right? Or I'll unpack my grocery bags with them, or, you know, and I breadcrumb a lot of what I do in our accountability groups as my posts, right? To get people saying, I really want to be a part of that. Now, I don't give away the cow and show them everything, but you know, I try to really make sure that there's a separate prep week that sets everybody up for success with the all access on demand. It's been amazing. So we do a lowdown on that in prep week. We show them how to do the modifier, all those cool things. And yeah, it's a brand new week, prep week. And you know what, guys, to be very honest with you, I am a total researcher and I love doing things differently. I never recycle. Like I'll recycle certain things, but I always want new pictures, new fresh ideas, new fresh concepts, because they're paying you and it's a service. So I try to make sure that, you know, I do use the themes of Prep Week, but I change it up a lot. I try to change it up as much as I can. You're running a free group right now. Yeah. I think you should be really honest. I'm always really upfront and honest in my free groups that I'm a Beachbody coach. I love what I do. I love our products. I infuse, like when I did a free clean eating group, I said, oh my goodness, I'm having a lot of people asking me about the Shakeology. Here's some extra info on it, you know, that kind of stuff. So you just have to be organic and open about it and say, this is what I do. And I'm just letting you know. This group is closing. Just wanted to let you know that I have an amazing accountability group starting. That kind of stuff. Would love to support you. I always share. Is this for your post, Rachie? Like in your personal post or in your groups? In your groups? Yeah, that's good. And then you get people doing that kind of stuff. You get, yeah. There we go. I can't hear you. Are you talking? I can't hear you. Can we unmute her, Jody?
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, you were
I just typed it all.
I can't hear you. Sorry.
Well, I was just saying, like, I feel like I'm saying the same things over and over in every challenge group that I do. And sometimes people will come over, say, from a January group into a February group, and it's kind of the same thing. So how do you keep it original? You know what I mean?
I go on Pinterest and I research and I see what inspires me, and I'll pull quotes and I'll pull stuff and I'll just switch it up.
Okay. And so that's like a good, like routine kind of thing, like some type of thing related to workout, recipe, and then motivational quotes. Anything else kind of really, or just kind of?
Yeah. Like I talk a lot about emotional eating. We do a ton of mindset stuff in our groups personally, just because I'm a self-help junkie, and I've done it for 10 years. And it's how I have my mindset is 93% of your success. So I do a lot on mindset. We go live every day. Yeah, we just kind of see the flavor of the group and what people need. But I think it's really important to what inspires you. What are you doing for personal development? Pull that in there, right? If you're not doing you should really be embedding the vital behaviors in your challenge group. Recognizing people, personal development, all those kind of things. That's been really helpful for us, at least, I found.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. No worries. What's the most effective way I convert a challenger as a coach? Are you constantly dropping? No, I do not constantly drop invites at all. Typically, we don't. I try to make it more of like a breadcrumb, that kind of thing. For example, we've got like the people that show up on our Zoom call. I think those are the ones that at some point are probably going to become coaches. I will definitely message people in the early days if they're posting and they're showing up. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. You were doing so well motivating people. Thank you for doing that. But I don't ever talk about the coach opportunity right away. And I think then we just kind of, I think the more you show up in your group and the more that you are there and showing them what you do as a coach, the more people are going to say, hey, I think I can do that, or getting them to get outside of their comfort zone, or, maybe share their why in a video or those kind of things. So yeah, I think it depends. It depends on what you want to do and how you want to, invite people to the opportunity. But I'm constantly working with people. Like I just finally had one of my girls say to me yesterday, after 11 months, I want to do what you do. And she's been a discount coach for 11 months. So it's not a quick fix, guys. This is a long game. This is a long-term plan, right? This isn't a quick win. This is a job. This is a business, and people don't just jump into it. Some do. But typically from my experience, if they're challengers, it takes a while for them to get really comfortable and excited about it. So I just try to support them the best I can. Look at all these questions rolling in. I love it. Jody, do you want to jump in on anything I'm saying? And please do, if there's anything you want to add, or I know you've got some great training and all your stuff. So just add if anything, you want to jump in on anything.
Okay.
Why do you only do 5 days for sneak peek over 3? And do you only do live videos about different aspects of coaching? Yeah, we switch up our coach stuff every now and then. We try to keep it, we keep it fairly streamlined. We do 5 days just because of the content we want to give people. And we have a lot of our own coaches talking in our sneak peek about their experience and why they love coaching, that kind of stuff. So we just chose to do 5 days because it worked best for us. And do you have a group for your past challengers with them in it, a forever group, or just when they're done with you, they're done? Yeah, I think they just fall off. Like, I have some people that are like, I'm good. I don't need this anymore. I'm feeling great. I'm going to move on. And then we have some people that have been with us for 24 months. So I think we just keep it up to the people. I always post a link and keep people very engaged. And I'm trying to, I try to connect with people one-on-one as well. So I kind of know where they're at and how they're doing and what they need. But we try to pull them over into each new group.
When you're answering people, you know how you said you're just giving like information right on the posts rather than private messaging them? Are you like giving them prices and stuff as well for everybody to see? Okay.
No, it's like, hey, this is like, we've got this great lifestyle nutrition container. We've got, you do a little bit about you answer the questions. And then of course I have personal message with them. I generally pick up the phone and we talk privately. But no, I've never dropped a price because this isn't about that.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
All right. I know I want to give you a few minutes before you have to hop into your other call. But one thing I really wanted to ask you was, when you're sharing your story about the things that are vulnerable that affect other people. So for example, like sharing about how you didn't feel like the love from your dad and his wife and whatnot. How do you make that work? Because I know there's a lot of people that are worried about sharing something that they're going to offend their parent.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, and I remember hearing you say before, like, it's your story, and you had to like tell them that, like, this is my part of my story, right? But how do you do that with people that are even like, say, your family members are already not supportive of this journey yet, and you've got to start being vulnerable and, you know what I mean? Yeah,
it's a really good question, Jody. And honestly, it's such a hard question. I don't know whether you saw, I did a dash post at my mom's grave back in August.
Yeah. Love that.
And I was almost disowned from my parents.
Oh.
Yeah.
You cry.
Yeah. So I was almost disowned from my parents. And because here's the thing, guys, to get personal with you, but my dad lost a wife. His daughters didn't lose a mom. Don't you know? Right? So the way people interpret stories, the way people understand their stories is how it's written in their head. And I had to be very honest with both my parents, who it's now getting much better, to say, this isn't your story and this is my story. And I'm sorry if it's going to affect you. I unfriended them and blocked. We're friends again. But I just said, I can't have your snooping family that's judging what I'm doing. It's not easy, guys. It's not easy. It's hard. And, you have to really just own your story and own what you're comfortable with sharing. And if it's going to rock a boat, don't share it. Like, you don't have to do that. But if you're ready to share it and you can share it in a diplomatic and professional way, in a sense, share it, because there's a way that you can share a story that honors everybody, right? And sometimes you can't. And if you can't, and it's not something that you want to post, then don't post it until you're ready or until you've figured out the way you want to communicate it. It's a really good question. It's hard.
Yeah, it is for sure.
Yeah, it's a really good question.
All right, so you got a couple more questions in there. Do you want to do those ones, and then we'll wrap it up since you've got to get to your other one?
Totally. Okay, in our Zoom calls with challengers, how do you run them? Yeah, we do live. Yes. So we generally do like a topic of the night, like the last 3 have been on emotional eating, for example, because that's just what's been going on in the group. But we say, where are you at? And they all just check in and they say where they're at. And then, you know, so-and-so will say, oh my gosh, I'm like that too. Try this. And then so that they start to lead it kind of on their own, so that you're not like, I try not to talk at them, but we talk together. That's what I've been really feeling like that's worked. Do you have to own your own reality and they need to own theirs? Yes.
That's the comment.
That's a comment from there. Yeah, you do. Yes. Sorry. Yep. Yes, that's right. And do I assign fitness friends? I don't assign fitness friends, but sometimes they discover fitness friends, and that's great. Success partners and stuff, for sure.
Oh, I love it. Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much. I thought that was amazing. I took 2 pages of notes.
I love it.
I mean, I've heard you say these things before, and there's always still more that you can pull out of it. And so I really appreciate you sharing that and sharing with these lovely ladies and a couple guys. But anyway, honestly, your story makes me cry every time. It's very touching, and I hope that this next year just kind of like blows up even more for you guys. But thank you for taking time for the little people. And
you are little, you guys are huge. You guys are rocking it.
You know, pick your brain and everything. So,
well, you have 3 days with me, so you can pick your brain. You can pick my brain all the whole time. Don't worry about it.
I'll be following you around.
I love it. You know what I'm really loving too? All these babies.
We have a lot of babies on our team.
I love it.
Like brand new babies.
I know. Look at them sleeping. So cute. Okay. Anyway, guys, well, thank you so much. It was such an honor to be on this call. I loved your questions, and I hope I answered them as best as I could. And, you know, I think at the end of the day, guys, you just have to keep on rocking you and be unabashedly you. And the people that love it are the ones that are meant to be a part of your tribe. And the ones that don't really matter. Because you know what? What other people think of us is none of our business. So just leave you with that, okay, guys? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, have a blessed night, guys.
Thanks.
Go rock it. See ya.
Bye.